Hello there. Hi, my name is Joyce. Welcome if you're joining me here today. If you're joining us now, then if you do watch a replay or if you do want to watch the replay, like to ask me a question, reach out to me, please do so in the chat in the comments below. And we'll be sure to pick it up as we go along. So I'm Joyce. Marketing Tech. We're a digital agency and we focus on SEO, LinkedIn, and mobile technology for SMEs. So today I'm going to talk about LeadTracker, which is a software. So what is it? So it's a simple, easy to use tool that does just one thing for your business. It helps you to track, measure, and analyze all your lead generation activities. So whether this is offline or it's online lead generation, it's a channel and it's platform agnostic lead tracker tool. So why do we do this? Well, we track our lead generation activities and analyze it, of course, so that we and our team, as the business owners, we and our team will then be able to make data-driven decisions on the marketing and lead generation activities that we should really be investing our time, our energy, and our marketing on. So let me just tell you a little bit about how I came about developing this tool. So a little bit about my backstory. When I started my business, this business, I'd spend a lot of my time exploring ways to generate new leads and new business, as you do, because why did I do that? Well, because I didn't have any contacts within the industry when I first started my agency, and that was in 2016. Had no contacts in that industry. Prior to that, I was running a completely different business in a completely different industry sector altogether. So and I didn't grow up here. I didn't grow up here, and therefore I didn't have the network of friends and business contacts as you will. I came from the corporate world prior to that, and I came from Singapore. So I had to start from scratch, and therefore lead generation became a really big priority for me to try and build my business from the ground up. Um, so therefore I had no choice then. I used my own savings and therefore I had to be very careful with how I invest my business. I had a limited budget, and I had even less time because I was building a startup. It was my agency I was building. And but I had to make it work somehow. So I spent loads of time meeting people, joining networking events, investing in various business memberships. And I got on LinkedIn and social media, delivered training talks. I ran a couple of online campaigns as well. I was all over the place and I was doing bits and pieces, but not really focused as I didn't really know what was the best approach to generate leads or where I should really focus my time on. So as a result of that, I was really exhausted and pretty unfocused, as you can imagine. And so 2.5 years ago, I then started to track my lead generation activities. I did that with, as you will, with Excel spreadsheet. And I started tracking week in, week out, started putting in the leads, the people that I've met who have expressed some sort of interest in what I do. So the result of that was that I then begin to understand which activity, which lead generation activity works for me. And also, I then got to know which activity I should really be reducing or cut down altogether. So, for example, those subscriptions that we're all used to paying year in, year out, month in and month out, I realized which ones I had to cut because I've been tracking where my leads are coming from. And if it wasn't really working for me for that particular event or particular networking club that I belong to, I then would decide that to terminate my subscription to them. So that was just one example of things that I realized I should be cutting down. And also, I started to recognize when I've achieved a little win or a big win. So, little win could be anything such as a speaking opportunity, for example. If someone has invited me to speak at an event, that to me is a win. So I would start tracking all of that down. Or big win could be when I get a chunk of business from someone, then that to me would be a big win because it would make a whole lot of difference to my business. Right. So the most important thing is I can then attribute that win that I've got, whether that's a speaking opportunity or a new chunk of business. I could then attribute that win to the person who has helped me along the way. And sometimes it's quite difficult to remember because it may be something, a person that I've met, for example, 6 months ago, could be a year ago, could even be 2 years ago. And as business owners, we do meet loads of people. And so sometimes I do struggle to try and keep track of that. But using spreadsheets to track, that really helped me a lot. And the best of all is by tracking my leads on a spreadsheet, it doesn't it doesn't then clog up my sales pipeline with leads that aren't a good fit. So these leads that weren't really a good fit, and therefore they should really be nurtured in a different sort of way, not in my sales pipeline. Um, I could then sort of clear up my sales pipeline and put the early stage leads or the top of the funnel leads aside and put them on my spreadsheet, if that makes sense. So my sales pipeline was a lot cleaner, a lot neater, far fewer leads, but then these were leads of a good fit, if that made sense. So that would then go into my sales pipeline, into my CRM. I could then start nurturing them, start having sales conversations with them. And those leads people that I've encountered that weren't ready to buy in any way or weren't ready to have that sales conversation with me, I would then put them aside and put them in my spreadsheets. But I did this for 2.5 years, and I started to realize that spreadsheets are clunky, especially when you've collected loads of data over the span of 2.5 years. And I couldn't really get a visual picture from the data that I've collected. And there was a lot of data after 2.5 years. Couldn't really get a good picture of what's happening or dissect the data in different ways to get a different perspective of my lead generation. So then I decided to build my own software, my easy to use, not a CRM or quite a sales pipeline sort of software, but then I wanted it to be able to allow me to plug into my CRM or my sales pipeline at a later stage. So this is my lead tracker tool that I've built. And the best of all, it isn't a complicated tool, so it doesn't really require any extensive training for you to use the tool. You only need to spend a couple of minutes each week to update a few bits and pieces of information on your lead generation activities, and the tool then tracks it for you. It also analyzes it for you as well. So at this juncture, I'm just going to say if you'd like to give Lead Tracker a go, if this sounds intriguing to you, if this might sound like something you might want to use, then please do scan a QR code. You can see a QR code here in this corner. I can make it a bit more obvious as well so you can see it, hopefully. Um, just give me a second. Oh, okay. Right. Doesn't seem to be showing at the moment. Okay. In any case, you can see it. It's the tool in a corner. Yes, there you go. Right, let me just see if I can move this down a little bit. Fantastic. So you can see it now. So you've got a QR code here, you've got a QR code here as well. So they're both the same QR codes, and they will give you access. So if you could scan a QR code, if you're interested to try it out, if this sounds quite relevant to what you're doing, might help your job if you feel, or help your business in some way, then I would encourage you to scan a QR code, answer a couple of quick questions, and we'll give you access to the tool if you want to try it out. Right. Okay. So right now, just a quick update from me. What's happening to Lead Tracker? So I have to say that we are in test mode at the moment. We're still testing Lead Tracker tool, and we're going to be spending most of April fixing some bugs on the tool. Some of you have sent in your feedback on our testing platform. Thank you very much for that. Really, really much appreciated. So I've got all your feedback captured now on our testing platform, and we're going to go ahead and fix those bugs one by one. So most of April we're going to be spending doing that, and also a couple of enhancements as well. I'm going to be introducing to the tool, so it will be really practical enhancements such as allowing people to be able to import and export the data that they've been accumulating on Lead Tracker, and a couple of other enhancements as well. I won't go through with them here. Probably would cover them in a separate session, a separate LinkedIn live there. So if you're interested to give it a go, do scan the QR code now. I'm just going to hide this, and let me know what you think about Lead Tracker. So, yeah, and the other thing I wanted to say is if you've got any ideas on how we can improve the tool or what new features you might perhaps want to see that will really help you in your job or in your business, then please do let me know. Use the testing platform to give me your feedback or drop me an idea, your ideas, however wacky you think those ideas may be. Would love to hear them. So please do that. With that, I'm just going to say thank you very much for watching this. And if you have any questions after this, then please do pop them in the chat box below. Bye for now, and thanks for watching.